The Miami Dolphins, right? They lost today, but that doesn't matter. Their season's been over, right? The Miami Dolphins, there have been reports, a lot of people have been speculating, like, oh, Mike McDaniel's out of here. Tua's not going to be the starting quarterback. One of those is true, and Mike McDaniel's staying. So you tell me what the fuck is true. Because apparently there's reports that, they're going to keep Mike McDaniel, the Dolphins executives. They're going to keep him.
Well, that means they like him. For whatever
You know what
odd
this
reason.
is? You know what this is, Daniel? Say it with me. Relationships.
I'm telling you, it matters, and clearly they still trust him, because if you don't trust him, why is he still there? If you're gonna bench Tua, I feel like you've had failing seasons. Why are you entertaining the prospect of keeping this coach? Unless you actually like him. Unless you're like, you know what, we still trust his vision, we just need a better quarterback. Because this quarterback clearly didn't make it with the last coach. Now he's not making it with this coach. So maybe it's not the coaching, maybe it's him. So we'll keep the coach and just get someone better. That's their whole plan, is that, we'll just get a better quarterback, another quarterback.
Well, that's probably going to be their plan now because they fucking benched Tua for Quinn Ewers, right? And
Daniel's frozen.
no, he's here. He's here.
I'm here.
He's here.
He's here?
Yeah.
He's frozen on my screen.
Oh,
I saw his thing, but his face is frozen. I don't know. Maybe it's my Discord.
I see him. He's great. He looks good in the recording right now. He is alive and well. He's has his hands up. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me, brother. Whoa.
Yeah, no, or they're keeping Mike because they're like, who we can go get? There's another big fish in the pond. Right now he's cold. Ohio keeping him nice and frozen for us.
You want to hear something else
get Joe Burrow.
about that? Apparently, they tried to get the number 1 overall pick when Joe Burrow was coming out of college to draft him. They were willing to give up 4 first-round picks to get Joe Burrow, but the Bengals said no. So they clearly fucking want that guy. Clearly. So, and they just played him. So, you know what?
He smoked him.
Smoked them, too. Rolled them in the blunt.
Joe liked that warm weather.
Fuck Joe.
And look, he loves fashion.
It's Joe.
And Miami.
It's Joe. Ooh, it's nice.
He would love Miami, but I don't know if he would like playing for that team. But I do think in a world where they actually do try to get Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow does go to Miami, I think it's going to be his team all the way, because we know Mike McDaniel can't lead a team. He can't lead a locker room. So, are you pausing us? Where are you going?
No, I'm going to pee. I'll be back.
Oh, then.
Come on, man.
Should I wait?
No, keep going. Keep going.
Well, I think if Joe Burrow goes to the Miami Dolphins, it's going to be his team completely. Like, he will be the coach as well, because he would be the leader of the locker room, because I think what Mike McDaniel has proven is that he can't lead a locker room. Yeah, your quarterback's supposed to do it, but since he couldn't do it, now you can't. Like, people are showing up late for meetings. It's like you don't have a good culture. You did not build a good culture. So, you know what? It's not a good idea. Joe, don't go to Miami. I changed my mind. Don't go. God. You don't need that, because no. He's trading one dysfunction for another. Don't go, Joe. Don't go.
God,
don't go.
God, we're like a hot weather day because we love flip flopping on this show. Like, but I get the decision. They just gave Mike McDaniel a big time contract, right? I think owners like consistency. Some owners love consistency. We've seen that before. We've seen it with Cincinnati. We've seen it with Pittsburgh, right? Owners love it when you're consistent. I think Mike McDaniel has just been the pinnacle of consistency. 8-9, 9-8. That's what we are. That's what we're always going to be. And you know what? Owners like that sometimes, right? And also, like, if you fire Mike McDaniel now, you're giving up a shit ton of money to do it. Whereas if you cut Tua, you can kind of start rebuilding there with something else. My question is that I don't know what you do with Tua now and what you do with your quarterback situation, because it's like you have so much money invested in it, right? In him. You've given him the money. You've given Mike McDaniel the money. You've given this team the money. It's like, what is the future going forward with Tua at all in Miami? In Miami, what's your backup plan? Who is your replacement for Tua? I get it. You want to get to that next level, but like we've been saying a lot of times in the show and the previous shows, who's out there that's better than Tua right now that usually you can go get, apart from Joe Burrow, you have to trade for? Is it Daniel Jones?
Coming off an Achilles, yeah, that's hard to measure. It's like,
is it Aaron Rodgers? Is that who they're looking at?
No.
I mean, like to me, like I understand it. Tua hasn't been all that, but who's really out there that's showing to me that's better than Tua that you just can't you refuse not to ride with him anymore, right? And if it's a trade, is Joe Burrow for Tua and 3 first-round picks going to be enough for Cincinnati to do it?
Well,
No, but maybe we're getting too ahead of ourselves. Okay.
Hold
Wait,
on.
wait,
Hold
wait.
on. I might be getting a little ahead of myself with this one, but it involves a special someone that's near and dear to our hearts of this show. What if they do a quarterback swap with a brother in another warm place? Brock Purdy. Ooh.
Wait. And then Tua go to San Francisco?
What about if the Dolphins make them a deal they can't resist? And they say, you know what, Brock, come play to Miami? What about it?
Brock would probably hate that. Because he's going to go to a lesser team, overall lesser organization. It's going to be a downgrade unless he gets there and he magically elevates them. But you have to ask yourself, is Brock Purdy the type of quarterback that elevates his team, or does he just work well within your system? Look, I sound like Daniel, but that's because we have proof. And secondly, is Tua going to be good in the Niner locker room? Look how he handled Miami. Not well. I don't think Kyle and John Lynch are going to fall for that type of weak leadership. And I don't think the Niners locker room is going to be good with that type of leadership. I don't know if that's a good swap.
You are correct.
Maybe that's why it makes it a great swap. Maybe both guys need to change the scenery. Maybe both coaches need to change the voice of their team.
Well, the first coach, Tua said, didn't respect him, made him go home and cry. Now you got Mike Daniel, who's talked you up, and you say he's giving you such a confidence boost, but now he's benching you. So what is it about? So if you can't work well with Mike Daniel, who worked under Shanahan, how are you going to be well with Shanahan, who obviously who kind of has the reputation amongst that Niner fan base that he doesn't give a fuck about he tries to put off players who he don't want to work, he don't want to grow you up. It's like you have to kind of
you got to be ready.
You got to be ready. You don't want to babysit. The minute you're injured, he's ready to move on. So I don't know if you can't mesh well with Mike Daniel, who's a goofball and who wants everyone to like him. And it's like, are you going to do better at a more professional organization that may be expecting more of you to be more mature in some situations, where you're not going to throw the team under the bus? Brock Purdy has never done that in the press conferences. When he's played bad, when the team's played bad, he never said. He doesn't talk like that. Joe Burrow doesn't talk like that until recently. He's let out his frustrations. Yes. But I just don't know, because now you have to question. Now you're getting benched. So who is the problem?
I think I have another destination. You ready for this? What about they trade within the same state? Baker Mayfield for Tua. Who the fuck says no? Miami would do that deal 100%. Mike McDaniel would probably love Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he would. I think that's probably not a bad mix.
Change of scenery. Well,
here's the thing with these hypotheticals, right? You have to convince the other team to take on Tua.
That's a great fucking point.
And lose their quarterback.
Such a good
point.
Right?
To me,
God, he's so shit. Why is he so shit? Get this fucking shit be easy. God damn.
If I'm a team like Tampa Bay or San Francisco or even like the Bengals, I need Tua and picks and something else. right? Like I need to make sure I'm getting good compensation for this. So I feel like the argument is not like it won't work. The argument is like, why are we taking him on for what? Like, why are we downgrading our team for this reason? Like the Niners are making the playoffs this year. Like they're gonna regardless of their schedule, cupcake, whatever, they're in the playoffs. They're gonna make it, right? Why do they need to trade for Tua Tagovailoa? Why do they need to happen for them? The Bucs are in a race right now, and they've been consistently good with Baker Mayfield. Why trade for Tua now? Why trade for a downgrade? You're not moving up in the draft at any point because that takes even more picks. So you better be getting a lot more picks back. And in the draft, are you really happy with who's out there? This has been noted as one of the weakest quarterback classes of all time for an NFL draft. And next year is a lot better. But still, regardless, it's like, why am I taking on Tua Tagovailoa, who I know is, not the best, for what? That's why I just don't see him leaving Miami, and why Miami would have to bench him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So maybe, like I was saying before, maybe we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. Maybe they're not going to trade him, but they felt the need to bench him for the season.
They're gonna cut him.
Maybe.
I don't think they're gonna cut him. I don't.
Well,
I don't know if they're going to cut him.
You got to get something back for him, like especially with his contract.
Who says they're going to do any? But look, but what I'm saying is maybe they're not going to cut or trade him. Maybe the coach like you're just going the rest of the season. We're not going anywhere. You're just going to get benched.
But they're
we'll work it out over the off season.
Lewis.
We'll work it out over the off season, and let's reset this bitch. And next fall, we're all on a brand new page.
Jess has an argument, and I'll tell you why. And I like her argument, right? Why am I gonna risk injuring my quarterback that I paid $1 billion for when I know the season's over? When I know that we had our chance in Pittsburgh and we blew it, right? Now the season's done. We're not making the playoffs anymore. Why am I gonna risk hurting Tua, who was notoriously injury prone? For what reason? We're not going anywhere. It's the same reason why Arizona's benching Kyler Murray. Why we're gonna risk that? Same reason why the Bengals considered benching Joe Burrow. Why we're gonna risk hurting Joe Burrow even more, right? You're out of a playoff race. So they know what Tua is. It's not like he's a rookie. It's not like, here we go. It's not like, he's not proven what he is already. They know what he is, so why risk hurting him more?
Listen.
Yes, Kevin?
My sources aren't trust me, bro. My sources are Ian Rappaport. This motherfucker holds a lot of weight in the NFL community. I'm just saying. Tua has played his final down with the Dolphins. That is a report coming out of Ian Rappaport's camp. I'm just going to say it. If Ian Rappaport is saying this shit, it is most likely true. So he probably will get cut or will get traded. He definitely won't. Now, if he's saying, played his final down, that doesn't mean he's getting benched and then going to be benched. That means he's gone. The team is moving on. And they're going to rebuild with another QB and try to groom him up into eventually being a great QB. That's what they're going to do.
So you're telling me the Dolphins are going to tank?
Yeah.
Because the only way this makes sense is that they're going to cut Tua or trade Tua, get picks, and tank.
Look, they would have lost with Tua in these games, but there is a sliver of chance that they maybe could have won a game with Tua. So if they're putting Quinn Ewers, who is not good, he's a rookie, and he's going to lose all of these games for them, right? He's not going to help them win any one of these games, right? They're trying to maximize the opportunity. The season's over. They're mathematically eliminated. They're like, fuck it. We're not bringing back Tua. We don't want him here. Then we'll figure out if we could get any compensation for him, or we'll just cut him because that's the more realistic option. Who's taking on $50 fucking million of his contract? Nobody. Yeah.
San Francisco can do it because that would be an even trade, 50.
No, he is concussion prone. No.
That is actually really true. You bet if you fucking trade Brock Purdy, who's fucking injury riddled himself, but then you fucking get the concussion man, that's crazy.
Well, and that's what's going to be the downfall of Tua, is that not only did you get benched, and if they do cut you, you have this very serious injury history with a huge contract. So if I take you on, I have to take on your injuries, but I have to force the other team to finish eating the rest of your contract.
Mm-hmm. And they don't want to do that.
He's kind of in a shit position right now. He's not in a good position. He really isn't. It's very questionable for him from here on out.
Well, the Steelers would love to have him on a one-year deal.